Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a story from the world of Hollywood. Today, we're diving into a pretty shocking topic that might make you rethink some of your favorite old-school stars. Stick around as we uncover the 10 extremely racist Hollywood legends whose actions have left a dark mark on the industry. Let's get into it. John Wayne. A legendary figure in Hollywood known for his iconic roles in Western films, John Wayne became a subject of controversy in 1971 following an interview with Playboy magazine. In his conversation, he made several racist remarks that shocked the public. Wayne boldly declared his belief in white supremacy, stating that he thought Black Americans needed to become educated enough to deserve equality. He also dismissed the struggles of Native Americans, saying they were selfishly trying to keep America for themselves. These inflammatory comments were met with widespread backlash, and they undeniably shaped his reputation as one of Hollywood's most openly racist figures. As time has passed, debates about his legacy continue to stir up discussions surrounding his controversial views. Some argue that Wayne's words reflect the racial tensions of his era, while others believe that these views tarnish his status as a Hollywood legend. His impact on the industry remains a point of contention, leaving many to question how much of his persona should be remembered in light of these remarks. Mickey Rooney. Known for his comedic talent and long career in Hollywood, Mickey Rooney also became a central figure in a racial controversy due to his portrayal of Mr. Yunioshi in Breakfast at Tiffany's 1961. His performance, which involved heavy prosthetics, exaggerated buck teeth, and an offensive, exaggerated accent, became one of the most notorious examples of Hollywood's problematic and stereotypical depiction of Asians. The role was part of a long-standing tradition in Hollywood of casting white actors in racialized roles, often resulting in harmful stereotypes. Over the years, the portrayal has been widely criticized for its racist elements, and many modern screenings of the film now include disclaimers acknowledging the offensive nature of the character. Despite Rooney's skill in comedic roles, this performance remains a stain on his legacy, highlighting the way Hollywood has historically perpetuated harmful racial stereotypes. For many, it's a painful reminder of how institutionalized racism influenced the film industry during that time, leaving an enduring mark on both the film and Rooney's career. Fred Astaire, considered one of the greatest dancers of all time, made lasting contributions to Hollywood musicals, where his innovative choreography and smooth performances captivated audiences for decades. However, his portrayal in Swing Time, 1936, remains a point of contention. In one particularly controversial scene, Astaire performed a tribute to Bill Bojangles Robinson, a legendary African-American dancer, while wearing blackface. The intent behind this portrayal was presented as an homage to Robinson's influence on the world of dance, but in modern times, the use of blackface is considered deeply offensive. Blackface is a practice that has long been associated with reinforcing demeaning stereotypes of African Americans, and this performance is now seen as a stark reminder of Hollywood's racially insensitive past. Despite Astaire's undeniable talent and groundbreaking impact on the entertainment industry, his involvement in this scene has led to a reassessment of his legacy, shedding light on the racial prejudices that were entrenched in the Hollywood system during that era. Shirley Temple, one of the most adored child stars in Hollywood history, captured the hearts of millions with her sunny disposition and catchy songs. Throughout her career, she starred in a variety of films, many of which reinforced racial stereotypes that were common in early Hollywood. One of the most problematic aspects of her career was her role in films like The Littlest Rebel, 1935, where she wore blackface and performed minstrel-style songs alongside African-American actors. While Temple was only a child at the time, these performances reflected the deeply ingrained racial insensitivity in Hollywood during the era. Blackface and minstrel performances were used to mock and caricature African Americans, perpetuating harmful stereotypes. Though Temple's talent was undeniable, her involvement in these films serves as an unfortunate reminder of how racial prejudice was normalized in the entertainment industry. Today, these films are often revisited as examples of the racial ignorance that shaped early Hollywood and continue to spark conversations about how far the industry has come in terms of racial representation and sensitivity. Clark Gable, widely regarded as the King of Hollywood, earned legendary status for his roles in some of the most iconic films in history, especially his portrayal of Rhett Butler in Gone with the Wind, 1939. While Gable's personal relationships with African-American actors were reportedly cordial, his involvement in the film's portrayal of race remains controversial. Gone with the Wind romanticized the antebellum South, presenting enslaved people as content and loyal to their masters. This narrative not only downplays the brutality of slavery, but also perpetuates harmful and inaccurate depictions of African Americans during that era. Gable, despite his popularity and influence, did not challenge the film's portrayal of racial dynamics, contributing to the continuation of these harmful stereotypes. The film's legacy has sparked ongoing debates, as it is often cited as one of the most racially problematic films in Hollywood history. Although Gable's contributions to cinema are still celebrated, Gone with the Wind's portrayal of race is an indelible part of his legacy, prompting reflection on the complex intersections of Hollywood history, racism, and the lasting impact of its cultural narratives. Judy Garland, beloved for her timeless performances and remarkable vocal talent, was also involved in racially insensitive portrayals during her career. One of the most controversial instances occurred in Babes in Arms, 1939, where she appeared in blackface, participating in a minstrel show sequence that today is widely condemned for its racist undertones. This performance, along with others from the era, reflects the deeply ingrained racial prejudices that permeated Hollywood during the early 20th century. Garland, like many actors of her time, did not question or challenge these harmful racial stereotypes, though she later became an advocate for civil rights causes. Her involvement in such performances serves as a reminder of the racism that was normalized within the entertainment industry, despite her later efforts to make amends. Garland's legacy is now viewed in a more complex light, as her talent and advocacy for social change have often been overshadowed by her earlier racial missteps, prompting modern audiences to reflect on the progress Hollywood has yet to make in terms of racial representation and awareness. Marlon Brando, one of the most revered actors in Hollywood history, made a controversial choice in The Tea House of the August Moon, 1956, where he played a Japanese character. Brando's portrayal included the use of makeup to alter his facial features, a practice known as yellowface, which was part of a wider trend in Hollywood of casting white actors in Asian roles. This casting choice, though typical for the time, has since been recognized as both culturally insensitive and racially problematic. Brando, known for his groundbreaking method acting, was an outspoken advocate for minority rights in later years, especially for indigenous causes. However, his participation in such a racially charged role remains a stain on his otherwise distinguished career. The role has been revisited as part of the ongoing conversation about Hollywood's history of racial misrepresentation, highlighting how pervasive and damaging these practices were to both the actors involved and the communities they portrayed. Despite Brando's later advocacy, his early work in roles like this serves as a reminder of the challenges of reconciling a star's legacy with the problematic aspects of their past. Katharine Hepburn, known for her strong-willed characters and groundbreaking roles in Hollywood, was not exempt from racial misrepresentation in her early career. In Dragon Seed, 1944, Hepburn portrayed a Chinese woman, donning heavy makeup to appear Asian in a role that is now widely criticized for its lack of authenticity. At the time, the film was praised, but modern audiences view it as a glaring example of Hollywood's failure to cast actors of the appropriate ethnicity for key roles. This performance, like others from the era, exemplifies the industry's tendency to cast white actors in racially specific roles, often resorting to the use of makeup or prosthetics to portray characters of different ethnic backgrounds. Hepburn, celebrated for her fiercely independent roles, did not question the casting decisions that were commonplace during her time. In hindsight, Dragon Seed is often seen as a reflection of the racial ignorance that dominated Hollywood during the mid-20th century, highlighting the need for more inclusive and accurate representations of minority cultures in film. Hepburn's legacy, while undeniable, is complicated by her involvement in such roles, reminding modern audiences of the industry's evolving approach to racial representation. Laurence Olivier, one of the most revered Shakespearean actors in film history, delivered a performance in Othello, 1965, that is often cited as one of the most controversial examples of blackface in cinema. Instead of casting a black actor to portray the Moor of Venice, Olivier darkened his skin using makeup, a practice that was common in Hollywood at the time, but is now seen as racially insensitive and outright offensive. His portrayal of Othello, while lauded for his theatrical skills, has since been criticized for its failure to authentically represent the character, contributing to the perpetuation of racist stereotypes. In retrospect, this role stands as a painful reminder of the systemic racism that shaped casting decisions in old Hollywood, where white actors were often given roles meant for people of color. Olivier's performance, though well regarded at the time, now serves as a symbol of the lack of diversity and inclusivity in the industry, highlighting the need for greater representation of black actors in significant roles. Today, the casting choice in Othello is viewed as a glaring example of how Hollywood historically excluded non-white performers from lead roles, reinforcing racial prejudices that continue to influence the film industry. Elizabeth Taylor, one of Hollywood's most beloved and glamorous stars, faced significant criticism for her casting as Cleopatra in the 1963 epic Cleopatra. While Taylor's performance in the titular role was widely praised, many critics and viewers questioned the decision to cast a white actress in the role of the Egyptian queen, arguing that it erased the true cultural and racial identity of Cleopatra. This casting choice was part of a broader pattern of whitewashing in Hollywood, where white actors were often cast in roles based on historical figures from non-European backgrounds. In the case of Cleopatra, the film's producers opted for Taylor's star power over historical accuracy, disregarding the importance of cultural representation. The controversy surrounding Taylor's portrayal of the Queen is one of the most prominent examples of racial misrepresentation in Hollywood, sparking debates about racial identity, cultural appropriation, and the lack of opportunities for actors of color in major roles. Taylor's casting as Cleopatra remains a symbol of the entertainment industry's long-standing tendency to overlook the racial and ethnic identities of non-white historical figures, further perpetuating the erasure of diverse voices in mainstream cinema. Thanks for tuning in today. If this video opened your eyes or made you think differently, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And, as always, drop your thoughts in the comments below. I love reading them. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time with more untold stories from Hollywood. Stay tuned and take care.